Imagine you and your dog decided y'all wanted to go hiking one day. You hiking along the trail, going up the mountain, everything is going fine. But then you fall off the cliff. Only you and your dog out there in the woods. Nobody to save you, nobody to help you. Only your dog there. What do you think will happen?
We begin with a wonderful story, at least with a great ending. A hiker rescued after falling more than 100 feet from a dangerous trail, saved all thanks to her barking dog.
Exactly. I spoke with the Good Samaritan who called 911 after hearing the dog barking on the trail. Avid hiker Kelsey Colpitts set out to hike the Lonnie Pole Trail above Wilhelmina Rise Monday afternoon. She says she's done the hike before and was nearing the top of the Ko'olau Mountains when she heard something odd.
I heard this kind of whimpering and then loud barking. I looked around and I could hear it. It sounded really close, so I tried to get a closer look and look over the edge. But there were no trees to hang on to, and I didn't know how I was going to get it, but it was like barking louder and louder, and it sounded like it was in distress.
Not knowing what else to do, she called 911, but says the fire department initially said they couldn't go out to rescue an animal. Colpitts says she broke down. She didn't want the dog to die up there.
The barking was too upsetting, so I turned around. I just felt so guilty. And I was also kind of thinking maybe I can get a friend with a rope and we can go back and try to do this together.
20 minutes later, she says HFD called her back.
They were like, we're sending someone.
HFD says by using the geolocation of the 911 caller, Air One was able to see the dog down a steep mountain slope. A rescuer then rappelled down the slope and retrieved the dog just before 4 p.m. HFD used the information on the dog's name tag to contact the owner. When she couldn't be reached, they resumed the search and found the 35-year-old female in thick foliage more than 100 feet below the trail. She was airlifted and taken to the hospital in serious condition. Her dog, Uller, a purebred Samoyed, was taken to the Hawaiian Humane Society. The Humane Society says they have been in contact with the hiker and plan to reunite them soon. Colpitts says she's glad she made the call.
What a happy ending. Not only was the dog saved, but a person too. I'm glad that authorities handled it and it was safer for everyone involved.
Colpitts admits she was hesitant to call first responders to rescue the dog. And now HFD says that they do not have a set policy on rescuing pets. They look at the risk involved and don't want anyone else to get hurt trying to help an animal. They say it's done on a case-by-case basis.
Thank my brothers and sisters for tuning in to the channel. It's your boy PBK9 giving it to you the way I always do. Fair, unbiased, raw, and uncut. Some gonna like it, some ain't. You know what I'm saying? Some gonna like it, some ain't. Y'all hit that subscribe button up. Don't forget to hit that like button up. Salute to the brothers down in the chat, the sisters down in the chat, and all my dog lovers from one side of the world to the other side of the world. You tuned in today with your boy PBK, Pelican Bay. I'm gonna do I used to rap too, boys. Hey, it is what it is though, man. Let's get into that intro.
No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
Big shout out to all my brothers and sisters that be rocking with me down in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Skip Bell, Mr. 216, Big Logic, City Boy Kennels, Marcel Shepard, let's see, Ed Volatin, Legion Fury, Liquid Lucky, let's see, Carolina Bulldogs, Hemi James, Uncle Willie. You know, big salute to all y'all brothers. You know what I'm saying? Barry 187, rocking with the Bay from the UK. You know what I'm saying? Salute to all my brothers and sisters. All right, today's episode of Who is the Michael Jordan of the Dog Game? We got Ferguson Centipede up on the list. You know, Ferguson Centipede. And I want to say, like I said before, big salute and shout out to all the brothers doing the positive things out there with this breed. But we got Ferguson Centipedes on the list. Is he the Michael Jordan of the Dog Game? You know, is he the Michael Jordan? Centipede is another dog with a great match record that a lot of brothers like to say it really ain't right because they wasn't there to vouch for it. But I say, if the story made it this far to you, that had been a hellified dog. Centipede, let's look at Centipede, you know, and compare him to our modern dogs. You know, would he last? Centipede has 25 accounted for offspring, you know, and we starting to get into more modern day times compared to Pitcher and all the rest of them. So our breedings will be more accounted for when it comes to Centipede compared to Pincher. You know what I'm saying? But would you put Centipede on Pincher's level? Centipede and Pincher, which one would you rather have between those two? You know, and when it comes to Centipede, he's in the background of Carver's Black Widow, which is a very important bitch. You know, he's in the background of Purple Ribbon Wilder's Nugget, as well as many of the Wilder's dogs. You know, and everybody know the Wilder stuff. So Centipede, you know, his offspring has did some things out there. But and Centipede has said, some folks say Centipede has some of the old Family Red dogs in them. And that's what it's another topic. You know, would Centipede last in 2024? You know, or is he outdated? Would his puppies sell? Does he have the look? You know, I would say he has the look, the red nose that, you know what I'm saying? I would think his puppies would sell as well because, like I said, he has the look of the modern day dog. There's nothing different. Brother would say, oh, that dog look different than my dog. Nah, I think Centipede would fit right in with, you know, your average modern day dog now, far as looks wise and selling just off of looks, based off of looks. I would say Centipede is one of the only dogs from the way back that, you know, that's on these lists that can actually fit in with the modern day dogs from 2024. You know? And I always say, when we consider these dogs great dogs and we want to put them on on the Michael Jordan of the dog game list, you know, think about the dog that you had. You know, we got to compare every dog that we speak about on this list to the dog that you had that you consider the best or the best dog that you ever seen. How does that dog Centipede compare to the best dog that you ever seen or the best dog that you ever had? You know, how does it compare? That's what it's all about. And you know, if your dog, the best dog that you ever seen, can't compare, or at least you think it can't compare to Centipede, you know, then we know what level that you hold Centipede on. You know what I'm saying? It's no big deal. It don't mean a bad thing if you feel like you never had a dog that's better than, or, you know, that you think is better than Centipede. You know what I'm saying? And all we can go off of is our opinions, because none of us seen Centipede. That's before all of our times. You know what I'm saying? But we just talking dog talk. We about to get into some of that more news, but right now we talking about Centipede and how you think he would fare in the modern day dog game. You know, we talked about Pitcher. Now we on Centipede, and we're going to get to the rest of the dogs. But just look at the dog and give him a thorough analysis. You know what I'm saying? Do you think he would do justice for the dog game modern day time? you know. Drop down in the chat, man. Big salute and big shout out to all the brothers in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Big salute and big shout out to all the brothers in the chat. Hit that Cash App up or hit down in the super chat if you want to donate to the channel. Everything is appreciated. You know, everything is appreciated. Now let's get into a little bit of this news. We're going to get back to Centipede as well while y'all brothers think about it and drop your answers down in the chat. Let's get into 3 pit bulls kill a woman on Atlanta Avenue. And I want to say it's up in Pennsylvania somewhere. 3 pit bulls killed a woman. Let's get into that video. PBK9's Dog Talk and News.
Now to breaking news here at noon. A deadly dog attack in Portsmouth. Investigators say 3 pit bulls killed a woman after mauling her this morning about a mile from downtown. Let's go straight to Alex Little-Hales. Alex, this is a really difficult story that you're sharing this afternoon. What can you tell us?
Yeah, good afternoon, Ashley. This is frankly a shocking update from Portsmouth police officials less than 2 hours ago. What we know from them is still very basic information. According to them, a woman died and was killed after a deadly dog attack, 3 pit bulls mauling her here on Atlanta Avenue. We've learned from neighbors that that attack was allegedly at this corner home here at the house at the corner of Lincoln Street and Atlanta Avenue. You see the no trespassing sign just off in the distance. And we actually were able to obtain some doorbell surveillance video of that heavy police presence, a long-lasting presence. Take a look. That was right here at the corner of Atlanta Avenue. We have been talking to neighbors in this community over the last couple of minutes, and we've learned some new details. Apparently, this is not the first time that there has been an incident like this here. There is one gentleman that told us that there have been at least 3 other incidents involving pit bulls, dogs aggressively going after people in the street. There was one woman we chatted with down the block. She said that her husband actually got bit in the arm by one of the dogs at this property. Now again, that man, that other neighbor who did not wish to go on camera, he did not want to show his face, but he described a scene, an incident a couple of months ago involving young children just passing along on the street. Take a listen.
Right, the dogs ran out their house, 4 of them, and the little boys was riding down the street, Atlantic Avenue, on the bicycles. They both had bicycles. And the dogs ran out the door at them. They jumped off the bike. One jumped on the car, and one ran on that porch. That's one incident.
Again, still working to gather a lot of information, unknown answers about this case. We'll have more information as we learn it live in Portsmouth. I'm Alex Little-Hales for 13 News Now.
A really tough story, Alex. Thank you for that. And we will have more starting on 13 News Now at 4. So trust us to bring you the latest on that.
Now, we're going to get back to that news, and I'm going to speak on the International Online Dog Show coming up. You know, I'm going to speak on that. But first, let's get back into that Centipede. If Centipede isn't the Michael Jordan, is it Lloyd's fighting Peter? You know, the dog who UKC, that was his first UKC fighting Peter, was the first dog to ever have a match recorded in the UKC. You know, will it be fighting Peter? Centipede. You know, you got your Bud Crawfords, you got your Floyd Mayweathers, but then you got your Rocky Marcianos, you got your Jack Johnsons, you know what I'm saying? It's just, you can't discredit the old school, but you can't discredit the new school brothers either. At the same time, when it comes to the dogs, you know, every single generation only working with what they got. When I say that, I mean the old school generation only working with the dogs that was out there. The new school generation only working with the dogs that's out here. You know what I'm saying? And do y'all brothers think Centipede is one of those dogs that should be considered? You know, even if we break it down to a top 3, you know what I'm saying? Is he the Michael Jordan of the dog game? Now, some brothers may say some of these dogs are too old. Okay. What about Puma? Is Titan Kennels Puma the Michael Jordan of this dog game? Is he the Michael Jordan of the dog game? Puma. Let's compare Puma to Centipede. Who do you feel like is the better dog? You know, and this is all opinionated, you know, all opinionated. Do you think Puma is the Michael Jordan of this dog game? When you look at Puma offspring, you know, he has 4 pages of offspring. And I counted up about 3 champions, which we all know the online page is not accurate, you know. But does Puma look good enough to beat Michael Jordan? Does Puma look better than Kobe's picture? Does Puma look better than Ferguson Centipede? You know, could Puma puppies sell faster than Kobe's picture and Ferguson Centipede in modern days time? You can't think about the stories. See, a lot of y'all brothers will think about, oh, I heard about Kobe's picture, and we're going to bring that story and hope that story can sell his puppies. No, you got to forget the story. You know, we talking about just that dog and his owner coming in modern day times without the story behind it, without all the stuff that we heard besides looking at the pedigrees and when we comparing other dogs. But when we say, will that dog last in modern day time, we mean without the stories. If Kobe took picture and came in 2024, no stories behind him, would he still be the same Kobe's picture? You know, would Ferguson Centipede still be the same Centipede with no stories behind him, drop him in 2024? You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean by that. You know, and does Puma stand a chance against Kobe's Centipede? Now, we talking about matching wise, do y'all brothers and sisters think if this was the Wild Wild West era that Puma could handle Centipede, or that Centipede could handle Puma? You know, it can go vice versa. It's either way in that thing. Do you think Puma produced better than Centipede, the dogs that we talked about so far? Do you think Puma produced better than Centipede and Kobe's picture? You know? Because we talk about the old dogs, but like I said, these brothers going to say, you know, we only know so much about the old dogs. You know what I'm saying? We only know so much about them. But, yeah, man, just keep this thing going. Could Puma beat Picture? Could Puma beat Picture? Could Puma beat Centipede? You know, just a question. Does Puma deserve to be the Michael Jordan of the dog game? I'm answering that for you. Hell no. Hell to the no. There's a lot of dogs that might be it, but Puma ain't it. You know, sorry. You know what I'm saying? Sorry to let you know, or to tell you. He may be B.J. Armstrong or something like that. He may be on the winning team, but he ain't that Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? I can't knock Ferguson Centipede out yet, but Puma definitely ain't it. And I ain't saying that on no hating tip. I'm just saying that on reality. You know? Reality. Puma a great dog, but he ain't no Michael Jordan of the dog game. And like I said before, we talking about the dogs, not the owners. You know? Not the owners. Now, what about the big chief? You know? What about the big chief? Toodles Dabo. Is he the king of the hill? You know, he was a champion. His offspring list is amazing. You know what I'm saying? When I say offspring, sometimes I'm talking about all of the descendants coming down from that dog. And then other times I may be talking about their direct offspring. You know, but Toodles Dabo, nobody can argue with. He has one of the most important offspring lists of all dogs. It's going to be hard for a lot of dogs to compete against Toodles Dabo when it comes to offspring lists. But at the same time, you know, offspring lists don't make you the Michael Jordan. Just production alone don't make you the Michael Jordan of the dog game. You have to be that MFer. You know what I'm saying? That MFer. Toodles Dabo was a champion, great dog, produced many great dogs. But was he Michael Jordan? Did he have the look? Did Toodles Dabo look better than Ferguson Centipede? Toodles Dabo, to me, didn't look better than Kobe's picture. You know, when it come to looks wise, Kobe's pictures look better than a lot of dogs today. You know, he just got that pit bull look. And you know, that old pit bull look. When you was young, you know, when everybody, a lot of people like to forget when they was young. Even the old schoolers, the 80-some-year-old brothers. You all was young. You all was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. When you saw a pit bull, or you thought about it, or you seen one, you seen your first one, you know, a lot of them dogs look like Kobe's picture dogs, whether it was color or shape wise. You know, they just had that picture look. But man, does Debo deserve to be the king of the hill, the Michael Jordan? Or is Debo just a sperm breeder? Just a sperm donor. Sorry about that. Is Debo just a sperm donor? That's all he can be credited for? No, producing some of the greatest dogs out here? Being in the background of some of the greatest dogs out here? Is that about it? Because like I said, we're not talking about the owner. We're talking about the dog and his caliber, and where should he be placed at in the Hall of Fame or the Michael Jordan level of these dogs. And like I said, his offspring list is going to be uncomparable to a lot of dogs, but everything else around him, I don't think, I don't think he'll be the Michael Jordan of the dog game. Just my opinion, and a lot of brothers may feel like I'm wrong. They may feel like Dabo is the Michael Jordan of the dog game. But I think he lacks in areas. He's super strong in production, but I think he lacks in other areas. And we can only go by the pictures we see and a little bit of information that we get off these dogs. You know what I'm saying? To do our little comparisons and things like that. So like I said, this is all opinionated. Just some dog talk, man. Just some dog talk. Debo had 49 accounted. He had 49 accounted offspring. 49. And out of them 49, he probably produced a few more. But out of them 49, he produced dogs that created their own bloodlines. You know what I'm saying? We're not talking about dogs who made one-time winner, two-timer. Those are great achievements. But we're talking about dogs that created their own lines. And, that's one thing that's going to keep Dabo at the head of the list, at least in the top 5 when you start talking about the Michael Jordan of the dog game. Now, we talked about Puma. I made the decision on that, and y'all brothers made y'all decisions down in the chat. You know what I'm saying? But y'all may think I'm wrong on that, but I just don't think Puma deserves to be on the Michael Jordan list, or he's not the Michael Jordan of the dog game. And if you ask me my personal opinion, Puma didn't even play on the Chicago Bulls. He didn't even play on the Chicago Bulls championship team. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to move this thing on because we got Jeep. I'm not going to get into any more dogs to compare until the next episode. This episode we had Ferguson Centipede. You got Puma, Titans Puma. You got Kobe's picture. Big salute to all the brothers and sisters out there watching. The ones that's not down in the chat. Let's speak a little bit about this international online dog show that'll be coming up for y'all brothers and sisters to put y'all dogs in. The first one will be July the 4th. July the 4th will be the first show for y'all to compete in, my brothers and sisters from around the world. You must have proof that your picture is the current of your dog. We're not worried about teeth. You don't have to show me your teeth. We're not going to worry about teeth in this show, because there's a lot of brothers with dogs with messed up teeth that they still want to compete. There'll be several categories that'll be announced way ahead of time so you can start getting your dog ready for the show. Puppies cannot win best in show. And when I say puppies, I mean young puppies, small puppies. It takes more for a brother to get his dog right and ready to win best in show than a brother that's bringing a puppy out here. You know what I'm saying? This is the PBK9's International Dog Show. I'm not trying to do what the next show doing or the next confirmation show doing, for my guidelines. Everybody got common sense. You're going to send the best pictures in, and we're going to see who the best dogs is voting. I'm not going to vote. I'm going to have special people here. I'm going to have guests, representing during the dog shows. We're going to do live voting. You know what I'm saying? Everything gonna be live. So if this dog only get 5 votes, you're gonna see that live. If this dog get 100 votes, you're gonna see that live. You know, everything gonna be live. Like I said, it'll be the best of the best. And salute to all my brothers and sisters that's gonna be competing. Cause like I said, PBK9s rock with everybody from one side of the world to the other side of the world. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, some things won't be able to be discussed right now in order to keep my show unique, you know, from all the other confirmation shows or anything that's going on across this world, you know. And when it comes to, we will be giving out an award called the Triple Crown Award. The Triple Crown Award will be to a pit bull breed a pit bull dog rather, that you seen, know, or got that's obedient, protection, and confirmation. You know, confirmation. And the thing about that, that's an award that we seek for every show. Every show I'm gonna seek, and people that's rocking with me gonna seek out, you know, dogs that fit this criteria. This is not the Triple Crown Award. It's not an award that you competing for on the International Dog Show. It's like a humanitarian award when they give out that type of stuff. You know, it's the award while we waiting on this dog show to come, we searching for these dogs that fit this criteria. You know what I'm saying? We searching for the dogs that fit the criteria to be up for the Triple Crown Award. And some brothers out there may not even enter their dog. Somebody else may enter it. But long as that dog is doing the qualifications of what it takes to get that Triple Crown Award. You know, and like I said, July the 4th will be the first International Dog Show. And I'll keep y'all boys and men and women updated on the dates, updated on anything that's going down in it. You know what I'm saying? And big salute to all my brothers, you know, and sisters that will be entering it. $10 to enter. I'm letting you know now, $10 entry fee. You know, $10 entry fee. July the 4th. So don't miss it. Don't, I'm going to say it 3 times. Don't miss it. Fair, legitimate judging, you know, the public. You know, the public, we let the public judge. And that's just how it's going to go, man. That's just how it's going to go. But back to Centipede, man. Back to Centipede, back to Pitcher, back to Dabo, back to Chinaman and Jeep. You know, who to Michael Jordan? And we got thousands of other dogs that's going to make this list. You know, because to me, my dog to Michael Jordan on the list. You know what I'm saying? My Bo to Michael Jordan on the list to me. Because we're comparing dog for dog. We're not comparing stories. And to me, my dog, Michael Jordan. And that's where a lot of brothers have problems at. Your confidence ain't strong enough. You know what I'm saying? You don't believe in your own self. You don't believe in what you did. You know what I'm saying? To a point where, unless you know you ain't really did shit on that level, you know. But at the end of the day, brothers got to start believing in themselves. Believing in your program. You know. It just is what it is, man. Is what it is. I'm focusing on my craft, man. You know, I'm focusing on my craft. I can't be loading up with no dogs. And let me explain this when I say that. Y'all brothers do what y'all want to do. Salute to all my brothers out there. You know what I'm saying? All my brothers. But at the end of the day, I'm focusing on my craft. You know what I'm saying? The things that I'm doing. And I'm giving you this stuff. Whether I'm starting another channel, because I'm going to have a sports channel as well. You know? But I got to focus on my craft. I don't need no more than a few dogs. Myself, anything else holds me down, keeps me from doing what I need to be doing. You know what I'm saying? The few dogs. I did them times where I want to load up, have a yard full of dogs and all that. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm doing. This is my craft. You know, focusing on this is what I'm doing. And and by me saying 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7, dogs is enough for me. Don't mean any knock, don't mean any hate to what any brother got going on in his yard. You know what I'm saying? Your dog should go around your life, what you got going on in your life. No matter if it's protection dog or whatever. When you train a dog according to your lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? You got your dogs in your yard according to your lifestyle. And when it comes to me, I got to focus on giving my brothers and sisters out there that good dog talk, good dog news, unapologetic, you know what I'm saying, hush dog stuff that they want to keep silent. You know, focus on my craft, PB. Keep this thing going, man. Make them hate even more, man. Make them ruffle them feathers. It's time to ruffle some feathers without saying names. You know, it's time to ruffle feathers without talking about the swamps. If the shoe fit, wear it at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? If the shoe fit, wear it at the end of the day. Ed Valentin, what's going on, big homie? I see you out there, big dog. Salute to all my brothers. Hey, man. It is what it is. I hope everybody having a great Monday. We can't figure out who the Michael Jordan between Dabo, G, Chinaman, Kobe's pitcher, and Ferguson Centipede. You know, and we got more dogs to pick from. Who is that dog that you would take home over all them dogs? Man, keep all them dogs. I want this one. And you know what'll be even better, my brothers? They drop down in that chat right there. My sisters are dropping down in that chat. When you give me a name, I'd love for you to come up on the show and tell me why you think this dog is Michael Jordan. We don't want to talk about nothing else. Why you think Ferguson Centipede is Michael Jordan? You know what I'm saying? That's all I want to know. You know? That's all I want to know. And like I said, being that we doing episode by episode about this, we will have the call-in line for the when we going live. That way y'all brothers can call in, y'all sisters can call in, and y'all can say and speak what y'all want to speak. You know? When it comes to these dogs, man. Come to these dogs. Let's see, man. I got some more dog news for you as well. You know? More dog news for you as well.
2 people have been hospitalized after a dog attack in Van Nuys. Happened about 10:40 last night in the 13,000 block of Runnymede Street, that's south of Saticoy. Circumstances leading up to the attack remain unclear. First responders say when they arrived at the scene, they found 2 people suffering from multiple dog bites. Animal Services was called to the home, but they could not take the dog away because it was on private property. The homeowners are being asked to bring the dog to an animal shelter while the LAPD investigates.
Don't forget, if you're having flea problems, Seresto Dog, Tick, and Flea Collar is your solution. You know, is your solution. Last 8 months, no fleas, no ticks on your dog. All you got to make sure is your ground is treated. You can't have an epidemic, like I said before, and then go back and blame it on the collar. It's not the collar fault. You don't want to clean around the dog. Keep that ground clean. Keep the ground good and flea free. Throw that collar on them, and your dog won't have no fleas. It lasts for 8 months. Even when the collar is wore off, it's like the dog has something in his skin, you know, in his fur that will still keep the fleas off. And like I said on the last video, 8 months will last you longer than your flea season lasts. Seresto Dog, Flea, and Tick Collar. Now let's get into some more dog talk. Mellow Yellow, I'm teaching her to heel right now. She already knows to get in the heel position, but I'm teaching her to walk beside me, you know, no matter where I turn in the heel position. So what I'm going to give y'all brothers is a little bit of training, not tips, but you're going to see me training my dog, but I'm giving her some play time at the same time. We're going to do some uphill, downhill sprints, you know, and we got a hill that's about, I don't know the angle on it, but it's steep, you know, and you'll see once we get out there. But we're going to do some uphill, downhill. I'm going to do the commands uphill. Let her come up to me, do the commands downhill, let her come to me. And I'm going to kill 2 birds in 1 stone. We're going to train and we're going to exercise. We done went out early today, did our hill sessions. They were great. You know, I'm not going to record all that. I'm just going to record the finished product because this is not a client's dog. You know, I usually go step by step with my client's dog as far as let you see certain things. But I'm going to go ahead and get this hill down pat because a lot of the stuff Mellow Yellow could learn a while back, you know, if I would have been teaching her that. So I'm going to go ahead and catch up on certain things, get her good and sharp on it, And like I always tell y'all brothers, I'm going to remember, that she don't, because I always forget this sometimes. Some things they don't pick up as fast as your Malinois, your Dutch Shepherds. And I always got to remember, especially when I take Marino out, he's fully trained, I tell him something, and then I take Meliello out, who's in our process, and I start forgetting that she don't really know certain things. That's why she's reacting this way or reacting that way. She don't know it. And I'll find myself sometimes getting aggravated, and I have to tell myself. That's why I always tell y'all brothers, patience is the key. Just be patient. You know what I'm saying? Let them learn slowly. Some dogs take 2 or 3 weeks to learn what other dogs learn in 1 day. It may take your dog a month to learn what a dog learned in 2 or 3 days. But that don't mean nothing. You just got to stay on it. Once he learned it, he learned it. The next thing you teach him, he might not take as long to learn. Stay. Stay. Stay.